Welcome back to the Inn at the End, friends. Our troopers are already at their table, getting underway. Why don't you go join them? I'll bring you a drink.
Welcome to the Inn at the End, the Internet's #1 D&D Let's Play podcast show. I'm your host, your DM, Alex. With me around the table is...
Dash is Valen.
Caleb is Simon.
Milo as Mac.
Rhett as Ben.
And last we left our adventurers, they had finished the Festival of 1,000 Blossoms, having their best buddy Brooch betrothed to Captain Coconut Bill as they sailed off for further shores at the Port of Stone. Let the adventure begin.
Oof, we should never do that intro again.
Like I said, it's the bad ASMR episode.
Yeah. It's okay, we have the explicit rating.
There we go. As I said, you had finished with the trials at the bay. We finished our beach episode, as it were, and headed to the Port of Stone after seeing Valen's mother in a vision somewhere at a temple at this place. You've docked at the large stone port. It's more of a wooden dock that's been built off this big stone one, and that's like one of 3 smaller stone docks, and there's like one massive dock that goes around the whole kind of like bay of this. But you are in this bustling town, this Port of Stone, up against the wall. There's a cliff that rises up to meet up into the clouds above, and you see this large ruined temple above that. But below that, in the cliff, are homes and walkways, and below that is this big, wide area of built stone, and there are businesses and people and homes and goods moving back and forth. There is all kinds of various people here from all over Haven. You see all these different cultures here. Looks like this is a hub for trade and travel. People you don't quite recognize, except for maybe you, Valen, since you were here just before and after you became a vampire, is Aetherborn. People walking around with these silver metallic bodies, but odd things on them. So you see some of them have like ferns growing all over them, or vines or plants or flowers, and they're walking around interacting with people. Some have like animal-like claws and paws on them, and animal-like ears. Some are made of fungus. Some have like insectoid features, but they all have this silver metal chassis underneath that's kind of moving them about.
That's awesome.
Do I see a big one?
You see all kinds. He is a bustling...
Is there a big one, though?
Give me a perception check. They're like immediately around where you are, around the dock. You're kind of like heading up to the dock to deal with the dock master. You're kind of bumping into people as you do.
For 14.
14? You see a big one.
I walk up to it.
Okay.
I look up at it. I'm like, hey.
And it looks down at you and says, hello. And it's like this one's got like ferns coming off of its head, and then these long vines that kind of come down as like almost a cloak around it. Like, look at you, you're fantastic.
You're big?
I'm pretty big. You're not as big.
And I clench up my fist and I kind of like cock it back.
What are you doing down there?
You seem nice.
Oh, thank you. You too.
What do you do around here?
I'm looking to venture out into the wide open seas.
Oh.
So I'm looking for, travel?
Travel? Yeah.
Travel.
Yeah, we do a lot of that. And my friends over there.
Is it fun? Do you enjoy it? Do you see new things?
Well, we like end up in prison a lot, and
prison.
Like,
what is that?
Get captured. Yeah, it's a place where they keep you, and they're not really nice to you. And you can't leave.
Like a hotel. I've heard of these.
You can't leave.
Oh,
yeah, that's bad.
Interesting.
Can I roll to see if I possibly from previous visit can remember anything I might have ever learned about the Aetherborn.
Yeah,
I have
absolutely.
some
Give me a
knowledge
history
I might
check
have.
for sure.
That's an 11.
11. You know that the Aetherborn showed up a few years back when some things happened to the east. You're not sure of the situation, but there was once this kind of desert area to the east that has been teeming with life recently. And since that happened, these Aetherborn have showed up here at the Port of Stone. Your interactions with some of them, they seem to just be genuinely curious people.
Okay.
So, big fella, you're from around here, I take it?
I am. I've traveled from just east of here, and I'm talking with some of my brethren here, and, a group of us are wanting to travel the seas.
That's a fabulous idea. Travel is good for the soul, right?
That's what I'm hoping.
I look over at my friends and I'm like, yeah.
Are we nearby?
That's up to you. Sorry, yeah.
I look around for you guys.
I think
It depends on
Probably.
if you saw Mac leaving. Did you follow after?
Probably.
Then yes.
See him looking for a large man.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'll
likely
walk
a
over
cost.
and see what's going on. Yes. Hello. Greetings.
Good to meet you.
Yes. So, what was your name?
Jorgen.
Oh, Jorgen. Nice to meet you. I'm Valen Blackwood.
Oh, good to meet you.
Yes. Do you know know much about this city?
I've been here a few weeks now. There's a lot of things going on. I would say not a lot, but some.
Okay. All right. Where would you suggest we go if we need to find pertinent information about where to find people?
We're looking for his mom.
we don't
I
have
see.
to
A lady
tell
that
him.
looks like him.
We don't have to say
but
it.
much more.
Will you
in-
stop
boy.
with the hands? Stop.
Similar, I see. I've just been introduced to the concept of a mother. So I hope you find yours. If you're looking for information, everybody has told me to go to Safe Travels. Kind of points over and you see this multi-tiered building a little bit into the dock area. It says, you find drinks and some weird drinks and foods, and they let you sleep there if you give them metal.
It's an inn.
An inn, is that what they call
Yeah,
it?
they call it.
It is an inn.
Okay. Yes, that's nice. Perhaps I should narrow this down. Do you know of any temples in the area or nearby?
Temples.
They do this thing with their hands a lot.
Yes.
Put 'em
Like
together.
to worship, or
And
to
it's like they
prostrate yourself
talk to
before a higher
nobody.
power?
Yes.
Yes.
There are some people I see in the streets that do that, and then they tell people what they're hearing. There's the big one, and he kind of points up above the cliffs and into the clouds and fog above. There's the big one up there, but most people they told me not to go there. You get turned into a rock, which I spent some time as in my previous form, so maybe not bad, but not what I'm looking for at the moment.
previous form.
Wasn't there something about a bunch of people turned to stone?
Yeah, when
Yes.
we were
In your
scrying.
vision, yeah, or the scry.
All right. Well, Jorgen, I appreciate your time. I'll let you be on your way and
Thank
to
you.
go into. I wish you safe travels.
Ah, you as well. I hope your group finds your mother and
Right.
finds some fun. This place can be a riot.
Yeah, and Ace clenches up his fist again and cocks it back.
Ace, no. It's okay.
No, I wasn't gonna.
I know, but it looked like it.
He said fun. And
Yeah, but that's not anyone's idea of fun.
all right,
Literally only yours.
you want to go to the inn?
So you can have some fun?
Yeah.
All right. Yes, I guess we will go to the inn. If you guys, the other two, want to
Yeah.
tag along,
Yeah.
you can.
I also want to keep an eye out for a haircutting place. I need a new do.
Oh, gotcha.
Mac needs a new do.
He's doing a glow up since he got a new name.
Yeah.
Okay. Jorgen bids you adieu. He's very tickled with the interaction he had with
He
you.
bids you adieu.
A
new do.
New do.
Good one, Rat.
As you get to the end of the port, and Brooch is just kind of dealing with the dockmaster and making sure you're all set, you get into the intersection that leads further into town. To the left, to the north, is where that inn is, Safe Travels. But at the end of this intersection, you do see there is this large fountain, like 40 feet across, multi-tiered, not full of water, but full of broken stone. And you see people kind of, as they're walking by it, take note of the top of it. And there's a stone slab at the top that has writing on it. And it says to salt all of your excess meat. But it seems to be important to the people here. They seem to take note of it. And you see the broken stone underneath also has like writing on all the pieces. It looks like it's similar slabs that have since broken over time.
Salt your excess meat?
Yes.
If you know what I mean.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, you want to preserve something. I mean, they don't want food to go bad. That's smart.
Okay.
It's not that weird of a sign.
But through here, I mean, there are a number of just kind of street vendors that are selling all kinds of things from around Haven. There's, food shops. It's easy enough a couple of blocks to find somebody who's hawking haircuts, who's got things they're selling for doing up your hair and things like that. So if you'd like to get a haircut, easy enough to do.
Ben, you got all my money. Can I get some money?
How much does it cost for a haircut? Single gold piece,
Yes,
copper,
how much money do you have?
a tin penny?
I don't have any.
You don't have any money?
I have no money.
Perhaps you can sell like a loincloth?
I mean, here, just go get yourself a haircut.
Okay.
I'm sure it can't cost that much money.
You want to get a haircut with me?
Haircuts,
My hair
one
doesn't
silver.
grow.
That's just a silver.
1 silver.
Here you go.
That's easy.
Cool.
Go nuts.
Hey, so I want to get right now. Ace has like long, kind of blondish red or blondish brown hair, like sandy blonde.
Strawberry blonde.
No, it's not red. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely brown. He's like, okay, so what I want to do is I want to like do kind of like a flip kind of thing in the front.
Oh, sure. We can flip.
And maybe spike it a little bit.
Spikes,
and
love those.
Can you make it black? Because I want it to be jet black.
Easy
Nice.
peasy.
Barbershop the RPG.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We can do it. And you just hear the whirling of metal scissors and the smell of just chemicals, and you get this, kind of oil drips down your back a little bit as it, is putting it all together. Get you all set and kind of like puts some old like pieces of paper basically to kind of just set it. It's like, all right, just go ahead and let that set for like an hour. Then you take it off. It's gonna be perfect.
Okay, cool. How does it look now?
It looks great.
Ben?
Your hair is covered in paper.
Well, but it's underneath. It'll be fine. It'll be an hour?
An hour.
Okay.
If you wanted to set,
of course.
it won't last as long.
Yeah, I want to keep this spike for sure.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Dangerous.
One single
that's what I'm
spike.
going for. Anyway, we're going to the inn. I don't know. Do you know anything about the inn?
Yeah, Safe Travels is a good place to go if you're new here. If you don't have another place to stay, they've got great rooms, great deals.
I mean, seems kind of, I don't know, weak to call your place Safe Travels. Like, I don't.
Should it be called Dangerous Departures?
Yeah, that sounds a lot more like my style.
Hey, they're always looking for new businesses here. Start up an inn. Dangerous Departures.
Perhaps you can go and make it more dangerous for the patrons.
I started this thing
got a good point.
about a week
Yeah,
ago,
right.
and business has been great.
A week ago.
A week ago.
Yeah.
Are most of the businesses here new?
A lot of them, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is
It's
that?
busy here. Lots of people coming and going, new people all the time. It's been great. The calming's been great.
Ah, right. The calming. Okay, so
Did you remember to
influx
salt your
of-
meat?
Oh, yes, I've salted every bit of my meat. And make sure, if you got anything on board you're wanting to stay here for too long, make sure you do the same.
Yeah, of course. We always salt our meat. Oh, I've got that really big salmon. We should probably salt that salmon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Make sure and get that salted. People get real irritated if you don't.
Dire salmon? Is that what it was?
The dire salmon.
Dire salmon.
I was looking for a shark.
Had spikes on it.
what other kind of vendors are here? Just kind of
all kinds.
all
Yeah, lots of
sorts?
food vendors. There's people selling like knickknacks, like things that are from other places that you can't quite get anywhere else. There's a lot of boat materials and materials for ships and things like that. You see a lot of that. There are armor and weapon vendors. There's tool vendors, general goods,
Jeweler?
things like that. Jewelers, yeah, you could probably find a jeweler.
Okay.
Yeah, easy enough.
I wanna go to a jeweler.
Why'd you say it like that?
A jeweler.
Yeah. So I will go to.
You could what? Just say jeweler.
You don't.
I
Need to
can't
put,
now.
You don't need to put emphasis on it. Just say jeweler.
I didn't think I did.
You kind of did.
Jeweler.
Jeweler.
that better?
Juger.
Jeweler.
That's the only way I can get around it. Apparently.
Get around what?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
What
It's
are
just,
I don't know,
gonna
you
say?
tell
Just
me.
say jeweler.
Jeweler.
There we go.
You go to the jeweler.
See, he said it fine. You said it. Yeah.
You guys know the buttons to push.
No one has said anything.
Okay. Now I'm gonna have this complex. Am I saying it like? What else am I saying? Super racist that I don't know.
Well, no one said anything
Yeah.
about races. No one said anything.
Okay. Anyway, so
Have a snickerdoodle. What? They're free. Have one.
You're just trying to get me to say the word.
I'm not. No. It's a snickerdoodle.
yeah, snickerdoodle, notoriously racist
It's
word. to
super
say.
easy to
Wow.
mispronounce
You've got
that
some
one.
pent up stuff, bud.
So back to the jeweler.
Yes. So just kind of you go up a few stairs and you see this like glass bauble shop that has all these intricate art pieces, and inside you see a number of fine gemstones
Cool.
and a lovely shopkeeper that's like, "Oh, hello, welcome in, please come."
Thank you. You have a lovely shop.
I know, it's pretty great. We get the best stuff here.
Do you mind if I just spend a moment perusing your wares?
Please do take your time,
actually,
pick something out.
Do you have anything that you're particularly proud of?
I enjoy my necklaces. I spend a lot of time making them.
That's perfect because
Yes.
do you do custom work?
I do, yes. A little bit of extra gold, but it's for the fine care and detail.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm looking for. I want to make this into a necklace, and Simon fishes out from under his armor the crab shell.
Okay.
And yeah, so I was hoping to make this a necklace, and maybe if there's some sort of fancy gem we can put inside the shell to kind of give it a little, set it off a little bit.
I see. Yes, absolutely, we can. She like pulls out a little tray of some gemstones. Is there anything in particular you want for the centerpiece of the gem? Certain type? Is there something that speaks to your heart? A color? A cut?
Well, it's kind of it's for me, especially to remind me of home. This is all about home, and so if there's anything that you think might kind of represent home and maybe a connection to home.
Yes. How about this? And she shows you a small ruby that is cut. It says, they say this cut of ruby is very akin to Moradin, god of hearth and home, to make sure you think about and remember where you come from and who you are responsible for.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Well, I absolutely can do this. It will take maybe if you want to pick it up tomorrow.
Okay.
I will have it ready for you. And with this, 25 gold for the ruby and the metalwork.
Let me ask you this. Is there any sort of ruby similar to this one that maybe has some sort of special added characteristics that make it particularly useful, maybe out in the woods?
Are you looking for enchanted?
Yeah, that's the word.
I see. Any particular enchantments? Because I could do something for maybe like 125 gold.
Oof, I don't know that I can afford that.
Magic
actually.
is expensive, I know.
Let me ask you this. Can I get this ruby in there and then possibly get it enchanted in the future?
Absolutely. The ruby, the fine gemstone, is the focal point for enchantments.
Perfect.
So to create it is the first step, and then to enchant it along the way is the second step.
Excellent. I'm sorry, what's your name?
Sordid.
Sorted. Excellent. Pleasure to meet you. Simon puts out his paw.
You as well, and grabs the...
And I think we have a deal.
All right, I will see you tomorrow with
Sounds
a
good.
fine necklace.
Excellent. I'm so excited. And he gets down on all fours and runs out and regroups.
What a nice kitty.
Did she say Mew as well?
What's that?
Nice
I think
to
she
meet
said
Mew.
Mew as well.
Oh, Mew as well.
Oh, no. Not me intentionally.
Not on purpose.
Yeah.
Meow, do you know how fast you're going?
Any other stops before you get to the safe travels?
No, I think I'm just gonna head right there.
All right. Yeah, you get to safe travels, and it looks like it was a small building that got built on and then built on, and then they couldn't build out anymore, and so they started building up and up and up. And so it's like this
Nice.
4-tiered, massive, maze-like inn and tavern. But you enter into a large dining area, or like hall with long tables, a bar at the back, and then doors off to the other sides. Looks like there's a couple of people, they've got aprons on that, will happy to take orders or show you to places to stay. But it is a raucous place already.
It is? Okay,
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask if this is rowdy.
It's a fairly rowdy place.
Is it full? Is it packed?
I wouldn't say packed. I think it's still kind of midday, but probably like 75% capacity.
Oh, okay. So
So
yeah, it's
pretty
That's pretty full.
that's pretty raucous.
pretty raucous.
I look for the biggest guy in the
There is a number of biggest guys.
Okay. The one that looks the meanest then of the big guys.
They
Give me
all
an
look the
insight
meanest.
check.
4 minus 1, I think.
4 minus 1. There is a half orc woman that is kind of going on to her group of friends in a fairly boisterous manner about, killing sea monsters out at the sea.
Oh, sea monsters! I hear you there. I just killed a dire what do they call it? Salmon. You seen one of those?
I seen a dire salmon. Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't kill a dire salmon. They eat you for breakfast.
I
And they don't even
actually
eat meat.
Swum into it and I jabbed that thing, and I haven't salted the meat yet.
Okay, you do got to make sure and salt that meat, though, huh?
Don't say that around here.
Yeah.
But I will get the
If
meat
you-
So
salted.
weird. That's this town's thing.
Yeah, mate, you should. I mean, I don't know what's going on with that, but make sure and do that if you're here. Did you get here today or what?
Yeah, it's just a couple hours
Okay.
ago. I got my hair done.
Oh, gotcha. That's what that paper is.
Yeah,
That's
the
a good
paper.
style. Sure.
Do you like to have fun? And I clench my fist
I do.
and I look over at Val.
I'm actually not near him.
I look for Ben.
Easy to lose people in this place.
Well,
yeah.
because I wanted
Ben
to
just
go.
goes like this.
I wanted to try and find anyone who looks like they might be some kind of temple goer or acolyte, maybe like a holy man just taking a drink in a corner.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
It's actually perfect that he looks to his angel side conscience and is not there. Like,
That's a non-natural one.
Ooh. You take some time trying to find somebody, and nobody looks priestly in any form. There's some people that have, medallions and tokens to different deities, but no one in any sort of, priestly
Then I'm
garb.
gonna saddle up to the bar and I'm gonna talk to one of the bartenders. You can flash back to Milo making a huge mistake.
And Ben's just like, as he's about to punch somebody.
That really doesn't come through on a podcast.
Ben slowly shakes his head like this.
There we go.
And I'm just like quiet.
Here's my face rubbing on the microphone to give you
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Oh, that's what that is. I told you guys.
We're
This is
hitting
the
that
bad
ASMR,
ASMR
yeah.
episode, yeah.
No, I played right into his
You did.
Damn it.
I look up at her and I clench my fist. I'm like,
What kind of fun are you wanting to have?
I don't know. My name is MacQuilton. It's nice to meet you. And I put out my hand.
She reaches down, kind of bends down. And she's tall. She's like 7 foot.
Probably couldn't even punch her in the face if you tried.
Yeah, you'd have to get up on the table.
I could.
He reaches down and says, well, good to meet you. Good to meet you. I'm Bolchek, and I fight sea monsters for a living. This is my group. We're called the Sea Monster Munchers. We go out in the sea and we just cut them up.
Munching sea monsters.
Yeah, all day long.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to call them the Bolsheviks.
That's good too.
I do gotta ask, what's the deal with salt in your meat? Because I've never seen that in any other place.
Oh, that's just the most recent prophecy they put up.
I just think it's kind of funny.
Prophecy?
What
Yeah.
about a prophecy?
What kind of prophecy we talking about here?
The town's done it forever. They put up these stone prophecies, and
Who does?
It's the voices of the Gorder, the Gladden, whoever lives up in the temple up above on the cliffs.
The Gorder?
I don't remember.
Goiter?
Not Goiter. It's like a title, like
Living
Gorgon?
goiter.
like priest or something. The Golden. I don't remember.
Golden sounds more accurate, maybe.
But yeah, sometimes these voices of hers come down, and they put up the stone tablets at the fountains, and you just make sure and do what they say, or else bad things happen to the town.
Yeah.
They're always weird.
I'm going to go ahead and say that following the quote-unquote prophecy is the bad thing. Where is this temple at?
Oh, it's up above the cliffs.
Yeah, the
it's
big
that
one.
big ruined thing up in the clouds.
With the clouds, yeah.
Yeah.
We saw it out there.
Is there anybody from the temple down here now?
You can find them ever so often. They've got kind of gray hoods with a little silver medallion on the forehead. They don't talk too much.
You're a woman of tall measurements.
I am.
Perhaps you can look around this bar for my short friend and I and see if there is any gray hoods around now.
We are pretty short, huh?
Looks around, says, I don't see any here now. You could check by the fountains. At the end of each port's fountain they put those things up at. Usually they don't come inside the bar or nothing. They might stay in one of the rooms, but they're not real social.
In this prophecy, did you say that if it's not followed, something bad would happen, or something good will happen if we follow?
No, the
prophecy?
way I understand it, it's I don't know. We only come here ever so often, between fighting big fish.
Right.
But all the locals follow the prophecy, immediately. Apparently, if enough people don't do it, bad things happen, or good things don't happen. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's the way we figured it. It's best to just go along. They're usually not too bad.
When in Rome, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a grift?
Yeah.
Kind of like an adventuring party that pretends like they slay sea monsters all the time. Sometimes people pretend things in order to get one up on another.
She's glaring at you real hard. The insinuation that maybe she doesn't slay sea monsters and is just lying about it. She says, "What are you trying to say?"
I'm not trying to say anything. I just...
Sounds like you're saying me and my crew of sea monster munchers don't munch no sea monsters.
I'm sure you munch many a sea monsters.
We do.
Woman of your stature, I'm sure has munched many a sea monster. But whether or not you've munched any that you've slain, I'm not sure.
Mac looks over at Ace and like, eh? And I put my fist
He's
up.
working on it. He's working on it.
I'm just saying, I lived under the ocean for several months, and
You look like it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the little crab waves out of my eyeball.
God damn.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm not saying you don't. I just don't know.
Just pretending like maybe that might be the case. Well, is there anything else I can help y'all with?
I kind of feel like I need to punch you in the mouth because Ben doesn't like you.
No, I
Oh.
like her plenty. No, she's fine.
That's not going to go well for you.
was just-
And the other members of her crew kind of start rustling
Well,
here. Scabbards
is-
coming undone.
Is there somebody in your group that likes to, maybe get rowdy the way he wants to get rowdy and just do it for fun?
It's fun to get rowdy, but not out of nowhere. I mean, we're having a good time drinking, telling stories.
That's the way I normally do things, but
I get you in a lot of trouble real quick.
We're just telling stories.
like how I killed that
The dire salmon, yeah.
salmon.
It was pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, I actually sewed some of it into my cape.
Yeah, speaking of, we're
Let me
gonna
see.
munch. We're gonna
Show
munch
her.
some of that sea
Back
monster
in my
later,
cape.
probably.
It's like, well, shit, that is a dire salmon skin.
yeah.
You did get something.
Yeah, I got it.
She kind of takes off her cloak, and you see she's got like some sort of shark tunic on,
shark, that's
like
what I
a
wanted.
leather armor that she has on. It's like, yeah, I got this one about 2 years ago. It's treated me pretty well. Took a big gash out of me. She kind of like shows on her shoulder, the big tooth mark that's there. And it just looks nasty. Nasty scar.
Ace is like impressed, and he looks over at Ben. He's like, "Why don't you like her? She seems really cool."
27% of my body was eaten by crabs.
I'm not a crab.
I'm just saying, if we're showing off scars,
I mean, a shark. I'm just gonna say it. A shark wound is more intense than a crab wound. You can kick most crabs away.
there was a lot of them,
You can kick a lot of them away.
and it was dark where I was. Or I was blinded by them, I don't know.
I can guarantee you were at least half blinded by them. I don't know if you know or not, but you don't got an eye.
I know. The crabs got it. That should give you an idea of how many there were. I was kicking night and day, 24/7 for weeks at a time, and they still got my eye.
Well, I'm glad to see you above the sea waters.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're all friends here.
We should go salt that meat, though, Ben.
Oh, yeah, we should.
You should. Yeah.
You ever had salmon jerky?
No.
It's pretty good.
You want some? She just has some available.
I take it, try it.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
Salty.
we could definitely have a lot of this.
60 pounds worth.
Where do we get a bag of salt?
Oh God, all the salt sellers are all over the place right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're just
They're taking advantage of the new prophecy.
Makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. All right. Well, we're gonna go get some salt.
I think we should also investigate this, the fountains. Check out the stone slab.
And we'll stop by the fountains.
What do you guys think?
Yeah. Where's Val? Because he should.
Good
probably,
question.
I'm by the bar.
Are you doing anything over by the bar?
Yeah, I want to ask the bartenders a question, if any of them will listen.
Yeah, bartender ponies up. He's like,
Excuse me. Yes. How are you?
fantastic. How are you doing?
Good. I'm good. So I was just curious if you happen to know anything about the religious types here in town.
The religious types. Are you looking for like somewhere to worship or something?
Oh,
or?
no. I worship. my
Okay,
own-
good. Yeah, there's not a lot of places to
Right,
do that
yes.
around here.
Is there a specific temple?
There's a couple of shrines for things, just scattered about. No, gathering places. Most of the, real estate around here is used either for residence or commerce. Not a lot for the godly types. There's people moving in and out of here so quick, you don't really get much of it. Yeah. Most people that serve any sort of deity, they pay their alms at the shrines nearby, but are usually on their way to bigger and better temples.
Okay. So none of them come in here ever?
Oh, we got all kinds of people, worshiping. A lot of people, come by here as a pit stop on their way to venture into some godly, site further into the inner channels. But here's more of a way station, not where anybody really plants their feet for too long. Other than the port-born, the people been here forever. And they don't really worship any sort of god. They just worship. Well, they just follow the prophecies, the stone tablet things, from
the prophecies?
Yeah. You see them stone tablets when you get out.
The salt your excess
That's
meat?
the new one. Yeah,
That's a prophecy?
right.
And you follow that?
We do. Yeah.
For fear of,
Well, bad things happen if we don't.
like what?
Well, it's always something weird. One time, a giant kraken showed up. This was maybe 60 years back. Destroyed a big chunk of the port. Wasn't great. We were supposed to put in all of our excess food was supposed to go into the water. Just toss it out there, but most of us didn't do it. This kraken showed up and destroyed a lot of stuff.
Huh. All right. Well, that doesn't sound like a very fun god to follow, but And who delivers these prophecies?
There's people that come down from the temple, the ruined temple up above. They come down with the stones. They place them on the fountains, and just to let everyone know what's going on.
Have you ever heard of anyone who goes by the name Helena?
Helena. I can't say that I have. No, we get a lot of people in and out of here. Name doesn't ring a bell. Sorry about that.
It's okay. All right. Well, it seems we should venture towards the temple. Are people allowed to visit the temple up there, high on the cliff?
They are. If you want to visit with anybody inside the temple, you kind of have to have permission. They don't like people going in and out. If you want to get permission, you can go up to where they do the stone crafting. It's kind of on the way up there, the path that climbs up there.
Yes.
That takes a little while. You've got to make stone art, and once you make something that speaks to you, then you can get an audience with her, or
with her.
Oh, the main the leader up there that kind of gives out the prophecies.
Do you know what she looks like?
I've heard what she looks like, and I don't know how much I believe it. Not a lot of people meet with her. She's got snakes for hair. She's tall, kind of green-skinned. Yeah.
Well, that doesn't sound very promising.
Everyone says she's pretty, well-meaning, but not a lot of people talk with her.
Gorgon.
Medusa, technically.
Right. No, I
That's a
know
Gorgon.
that.
Wizards are idiots. No, because Wizards of the Coast calls them Medusas.
Yeah, right. Medusa
Gorgons
was
are
the
like the
person.
four-
Gorgon is the race.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I thank you for your time. I appreciate it, bartender guy.
You're welcome. Oh, I forgot to tell you also, I was looking up something. Sorry, I had another customer here. If you can also meet them if you, the folks that live here, that have lived here for a long time, if you get kind of their recommendation, they can get a meeting with her. If you gain their favor, do something good for them or what have you, then you might be able to meet with her.
All right. Well, this is very useful information, and I'm gonna go try and find the rest of the crew and explain to them what I've learned.
All right, easy enough to find. They're talking to a big half-orc gal, and
Yes, fellas, I believe I figured out some stuff. Have you figured out anything? And who's this?
me. Hi, I'm Belgic,
Belche. All right. Well, it's
Sea
nice to
Monster
meet you.
Wrangler.
Oh, Monster Wrangler.
Sea
Oh.
monsters.
Sea monsters, yeah.
Oh, sea monsters.
Yeah, we're not terrestrial or air-based. They're a little tougher.
Ooh, right. Yes. You've never tried to wrangle a land monster?
I haven't really tried, no. I mean, gnolls and stuff like that. They're a little
Sure.
smaller, but not like the big ones. We try and go after the big ones.
Gotcha. All right. Well, and I explained
That's
to
the ones I
party.
goes after too. Is the big ones.
Who?
That's the ones I goes after.
That you go after. Gotcha.
So, I think that Belchek, not Belchek, what was Belchek? Whoever told me the Goldens or whatever. It sounds like they actually meant Gorgon. The Gorgon.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but I didn't want to put words in her mouth because she's a lot bigger than me. So
Yeah, you did say Gorgon.
yeah.
I thought that was ridiculous, but snakes in their hair. I'm sorry I doubted you, Simon.
Stone
Yeah.
figures. And that one thing that we talked to earlier, or that Mac was talking to earlier, said he was a stone for some time.
That's right.
And so anyway, but shall we?
Oh, so are we going to just march on up to the temple and try and gain an audience?
I gotta go salt the salmon.
Is that code or
But that's. Oh, gross.
like?
Right, but we know that
Oh, I
that's.
thought you meant like city code. I would went super formal on it.
Yeah,
I was like
yeah.
code? I don't know, man. Did they put that in the ordinance? I think it's just a
Yeah.
prophecy.
I need a citation.
All right, go salt this salmon. I guess we'll wait until you're done.
Yeah, it'll give my hair time to set too.
Well, I'm told that these gray-hooded members of the temple up top the cliff there congregate around the fountains from time to time. So I don't know if we want to go look at that or if we want to find somebody whom a good deed would go rewarded for.
Can I get a gold to go buy some salt?
Oh, yeah, here you go.
Okay. I go buy some salt.
All right.
Go back to the ship.
You find easy enough to find a salt cellar.
Don't
They sell
spend
you a
it all
big
in one
old chunk
place.
of gold and haul it
careful out
out
there, Bruiser.
and help Brooch salt the salmon.
Well, we could go out on the street and maybe try and find someone who looks distressed and see if we could help.
Yeah, the odds of them being a Portborn, though, doesn't sound very likely.
Right.
Has to be somebody from here.
Well,
Anybody else get the distinct feeling that this whole prophecy bullshit is kind of a grift?
well, yes, obviously.
Like
yeah.
the salt sellers come into town and say, hey, give him a prophecy that lets us make a profit. She goes, yeah, sure thing. And then the next time it's going to be the woodcutters, and they're going to come in and say, give them a prophecy that gives us a nice cut. Sure thing.
Yes, no, we're all in agreement. Yeah, it's a grift.
Yeah, I was totally clueless to that until you explained that. So thank you.
Oh, well, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I mean, yeah. What was it you were saying earlier, Ben? Something about controlling the means of production.
That's right. Yeah,
Something. Okay.
it's very important.
He was
for the-
telling me about some philosophies he holds.
Specialization is for the birds.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, no, this is interesting. I never would have thought that somebody would do that. So
Yeah, so
like, that's complicated.
I'm just not sure the best course of action. If we want to march right up to the temple, find our way in, go up there, and anybody got a good stone carving skills?
You're the dwarf.
Well, that feels a little...
I come from a family of quilters.
Come on. We're better than that, right?
That wasn't Mac. Mac is already gone.
All right, so what is our strategy? Should we go to the fountain then, where these gray hooded figures seem to congregate, and maybe nab one, and
Take his hood.
maybe I bite them, and...
Then we use our quilting skills to make 3 more hoods that look just like it.
Okay, that could be a possible strategy. But I feel like lying and cheating our way in is a good way to get to catch the wrath. But then again, if we...
Of what, a fake god?
I don't know. Don't know what we're going to see. We're here to find my mother, right?
Oh.
Unless we don't want to. That's okay, too.
Well, what is
We
your
could
mom?
leave.
Is your mom going to punish us for cheating our way in?
I'm more worried about the lady with snakes in her hair than I am about my mother.
You think that's a problem?
It could be.
You afraid of snakes?
No, I'm not afraid of anything.
Boo! He didn't move. He didn't flinch.
I just slap Simon away.
I like the idea that you try to scare him and somebody behind him is like, "Whoa."
Yeah,
Just the
scare
guy
a
just
few
falls
people.
over on his chair, just
Yep.
spills beer. Ah! Someone really spooked me.
It's so easy to
I
scare.
didn't know where it came from, dude.
Oh, Melora. Yeah. Well, I don't. I don't know what the best course of action is. So,
All right, we're gonna go to the town square wall and just kind of hang out and maybe see if there's someone in distress, or we can see someone in a gray hood, while
Wait.
Mac goes and salts his salmon.
is Belchek a Portborn?
No,
Right?
we were talking.
Yeah.
You didn't
and-
get the impression.
No, she made us like when we were talking about the prophecy thing. She was like, "It's weird. I don't know. We
What about the tavern owner?
we didn't ask. We didn't talk to them.
Did you get the impression they were Portborn?
Did I get the impression they're a portworm?
You got the impression they probably lived here a while, or at least know the history enough to speak on it.
I go back to the bar. Excuse me, bartender.
Oh, you back?
Yes, I was curious. Are you Portborn?
Yeah, I've lived here for quite some time. Yeah, yeah, I am.
You are? Mm-hmm. Oh, fantastic. Are you in distress?
Not at the moment. No, I've got a pretty secure job.
Mac when you
and,
need him?
Send Mac in. We'll restrain him.
everything going on.
He doesn't know that you're.
Are
with
you
him.
looking to help some Portborn? Is that?
Yes. No, I
we wanna
would
get into
love
the
to
temple.
assist. You know?
Gotcha. Yeah, no, we've given up our token for the season, but
Oh, tokens. They have tokens.
yeah, we've got basically the Portborn. We all get tokens from kind of seasonal thing, and we can give them and gets favors through the town, kind of thing. Helps us out. But I know my cousin's brother-in-law, the Gravel family, they've been looking for some help past couple months, but they don't want to have kind of anybody that's, part of the Circle of Stone, them? No, they're the ones that are like in charge, kind of.
Like the lady with snakes?
No, not like her at all. No, they used to be a bunch of criminals back in the day. When calming happened, a bunch of money started coming through. They
What kind of criminals?
all of the kinds.
Drugs?
Yep.
Skin?
Yep.
Arms?
Yep.
Skin?
Yeah, they'd skin people and sell the skin to devils. This place used to be pretty bad back in the day, but it's gotten a fair bit better with the common.
Well, we're not from the Circle of Stone, so we could provide assistance to your cousin's brother.
Yeah, brother-in-law.
Gravel.
Yeah,
Brother-in-law.
Gravel family. Yeah, they've got a
gravel business.
Fedor they're wanting to open up.
A what?
A Fedor.
Fedor. You guys are
Oh.
new. With the Aetherborn and all this new kind of stuff coming in from the east, we've been finding a lot of weird stuff about this city. A lot of the residences, the homes here, they're real small, real narrow up against the cliff. A lot of them had Fedors, which went off into the Feywild, and you would expand your home a huge amount. Instead of a narrow cliff home, you'd have a huge estate.
Sounds expensive.
Expensive. I mean, they own. that's
maybe
here's the
not
thing.
in physical cost, like money, but maybe in other ways.
God, a lot more to take care of for sure.
Yeah.
A few of the people have opened
Time.
theirs up and have found interesting things. Some have found some dangerous things. But the Gravel family, they have spoken with a seer. They aren't sure what to expect, but they don't want to involve, the Circle of Stone. They want some outsiders to help them out with. I can give you their information if you want
Point us to your
help them
cousin's
out.
brother-in-law's estate, and we'll be on our way.
Yeah, absolutely. Grabs a piece of paper and kind of tells you, gives you directions to the family estate.
Perfect.
All right. Well, I think we have our lead. So let's be off.
Thanks for dropping by, friend. In the meantime, why don't you visit bit.ly/humbleinn and buy yourself something fancy on Humble Bundle. Help us keep the ale flowing around here. You can also leave our bartenders and troopers a tip over at patreon.com/in at the end. We hope to see you here next week. Until then, grab your sword and keep on adventuring.